Hello everyone, a huge welcome back to my channel. So I have something a little bit different. I haven't done a what's for dinner or cook with me style video in so long, so I really wanted to just hopefully, you know, give you some inspiration or some really delicious easy meal ideas. So I've put together three, they're all slow cooker recipes because one, slow cooker recipes are so delicious, and two, most importantly, they're simple, easy. You just throw it in, a lot of the time sit it in and forget it. So I really love that style of cooking. That's why I also love my Thermomix so much, because the Thermomix does a lot of it for you. So I love that style of cooking. You don't have to worry about burning anything or forgetting about anything. So that's great for me, especially when you're a busy mum and all that. Save so much time. So I'll put together three of these slow cooker recipes that me and Colvin really enjoyed these. Harper loved the first one, so that's awesome. And if you're new here, she's 17 months old, so that's fantastic. I was so thrilled that she loved that one. But yeah, so I really hope you enjoy today's video and it brings you some inspiration to try something different. And if you're new here and you like this style of video and you haven't already, I'd really love it if you'd hit that subscribe button. And let's just get into the video. Okay, so for the loaded potato soup, you'll need, I've got about 9 potatoes here, but the recipe calls for 4 cups of potatoes peeled and chopped, 3/4 of a cup of onion, I've just obviously got 1 brown onion, 4 cups of chicken broth, I'm just using my chicken stock cubes here, 2 of them, half a teaspoon of salt and pepper. I just eyeball this, 4 tablespoons of butter, 1/4 of a cup of flour, 1.5 cups of heavy cream, 1/4 of a cup of sour cream, shredded cheese to taste to put on the top at the end, and also bacon fried off to put on the top at the end. So obviously we're just dicing our brown onion here. We're adding the potatoes after we've diced them into sort of little cubes, and we're adding the potatoes, onions, chicken broth, salt and pepper to the slow cooker. I really wish we could peel potatoes as quick as I did in this video today. Wouldn't that just be great? So yeah, this recipe, we all enjoyed this. Harper ate this, which I was so pleased about. Now the recipe doesn't have frozen peas in it, but I did add them sort of towards the end just to give it, you know, a bit of colour, because I like to have some sort of vegetable usually in our meals, just to get that in one way or another. So yeah, I think it really needed.
You say that you don't need me, you say let's take things slowly. I hope you realize you're playing with fire. I know what heartbreak feels like. I know I've shed some teardrops. I've been here before. You have done it now, left me on the ground.
So I'm not actually cooking the bacon yet. I'm just dicing it up, putting it back on the plate, and just going to store it in the fridge until I'm ready to fry that up, sort of obviously when the slow cooker is finished doing its thing, because this, like I said at the start, is just sort of adding a little extra touch to sprinkle on the potato soup at the end.
And I hope you realize playing with the fire. Saying words ain't easy. I know you can't talk to me, but I hope you realize you're playing with fire. You were my one and only until you left.
So now that we have the onions, potatoes, chicken broth, salt and pepper in the slow cooker, we're just going to set that to low for 6 hours, or high for 4 hours if you're short on time.
This is it, I
So now to a saucepan. I accidentally used a fry pan, doesn't matter. Combine the butter, flour, heavy cream and sour cream and whisk all that together until it's thickened. Now this didn't really take long at all, and I really stood by it and obviously watched it very closely.
If we don't stop, if we don't go, I'll be left alone every night when you go. I'm sitting by myself, going crazy like all the time. If we don't stop, if I don't go, I'll be left alone every night when you go. And I hope you realize, playing with the fire.
When the slow cooker timer is up, either your 6 hours or 4 hours, you're going to pour in the thickened cream mix and you're going to stir, cover and set the slow cooker for another 30 minutes.
Hear what I say without even speaking. My compass is off, why did I choose you? I'm just too lost, I need to cut loose. I keep it in my head.
So when that last 30 minutes was up, I literally just added, roughly eyeballed what I wanted in there as far as the frozen peas went. And obviously the slow cooker being so hot, by the time we ate this, obviously the peas were completely cooked. And this was so good. Like I said at the start, definitely on my list to do again. And of course, always, as always, slow cooker meals are so easy. Just the dump and go sort of easy meal that you sort of sit and forget, which is great.
Wanna let go, I wanna lose you. Fall out of love as you're supposed to. This was a phase that I was a mistake. But I can't move on with something in these days. Let go and let me love,
Okay, so now the next dish I'm doing is a slow cooker Thai chicken soup. So for this you'll need 2 tablespoons of red curry paste, 2 cans of coconut milk, but 1 to 1.5 cans probably would have been well and truly enough, 2 cups of chicken stock, 2 tablespoons of fish sauce, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of peanut butter, and a packet of chicken breast I used, which was probably about 900 grams to a kilo. 1 red bell pepper, 1 onion, 1 heaping tablespoon of ginger minced. I always have the jar ginger, so I'm just using that. 1 cup of frozen peas, 1 tablespoon of lime juice. Now this is just to put through at the end, and then you could serve this with rice. So I just peel and thinly slice the onion and just leave that to the side for the moment, because then firstly we're going to add the curry paste, coconut milk, chicken stock, fish sauce, brown sugar and peanut butter to the slow cooker and give that a mix. And then we're going to place the chicken breast in along with the red bell pepper, onion and ginger in the slow cooker.
let me love again.
Life goes up and it goes down. I know my mom taught me that. I figured why we fool around so little, and we keep track of time, being so serious, idiots, thinking it will matter.
This slow cooker meal was really so simple. Like the longest part to making this dish was obviously chopping everything up, but yeah, so simple. But like I said, definitely use less coconut milk than the 2 cans that I did, because it was rather liquidy and runny, so that was the only downfall.
I'm not ready, let me have another day. Don't wake up, keep it steady, cause I'm happy, I'm not gonna wait. No, not yet. Whoa. They keep saying I'll be fine, but how you know that I'll be there when it feels like I'm lying every time someone asks how it goes, and I save the details that actually mean something. Sun is shining, but the rain is welcome too.
Now our daughter Harper, who is 17 months old, obviously did not eat this dish, but I've made this the next night after I made the potato soup. So obviously she loved the potato soup, as I mentioned, so she had some more leftovers of that, so that was good that I had that on hand to give to her, obviously instead of this dish, which I knew wouldn't have been so much for her, but yeah. So when it comes to chicken breast, I'm really funny. I have to cut off all the strange looking bits, and yeah, so I just clean up the chicken breast and then I sort of just dice it, chop it into little cubes, and then add that to the slow cooker. And we're going to cook this on high for 4 hours. And now in goes the heaped tablespoon of minced ginger. The slow cooker has now been doing its thing for 4 hours, so we're going to just add the frozen peas and let it sit away for another 30 minutes longer. Usually with my style of cooking it might say 1 cup of peas, but I sort of just throw in whatever I feel like. Now onto the tortellini slow cooker soup. Now you need 2 Italian sausages. I just use chorizo sausages, as you can see here. 1 onion chopped, 2 large carrots chopped, 2 stalks of celery chopped, 4 cloves of garlic. I always use more garlic because we love garlic. 1 tablespoon of Italian seasoning, 2 teaspoons of chicken stock, some salt, 4 cups of vegetable broth or beef or chicken, 1/4 of a cup of cornstarch with 1/4 cup of water. This is just dissolved to thicken it up at the end, and obviously your packet of tortellini, whatever sort of flavour you like. And I did forget to mention, it does say as part of the recipe 36 ounces of evaporated milk. Now from what I googled, that was 4.5 cups, but I sort of just I got 3 tins because it did seem like a lot and I didn't want it to be overly too runny, so I ended up using only 1 tin of evaporated milk. So now I'm just adding everything in to saute for a few minutes, cook up those sausages a little bit, and now mincing the garlic to also add into my fry pan to saute away for a few minutes before we're going to add all that to the slow cooker. If you are an original here on my channel, or if you personally know me, you know that I sort of have a recipe there, but I mix and match it. I change it around as I feel, but I sort of just use the base of a recipe either online or wherever I may find that from a book or whatever. But yeah, and I sort of changed it around. Like this recipe, I'll leave the links to these recipes obviously in the description box below for you all, but yeah, I sort of, because it called for milk and I just felt like I don't really think it needed, I think it was a cup of milk, so I didn't add that. As you'll see if you look at the recipe, it's sort of mix matched around, but yeah, this is just the way I prefer to cook, because I can say I'm a pretty confident cook. I'm not a great chopper, as I've mentioned before. I don't chop like things like onions very well, but I don't really have a good knack to chopping onions, but yeah, like I said, I am pretty confident in the kitchen. I enjoy being in the kitchen, but I sort of just go my own way, do my own thing when it comes to cooking, and I have to tell you, this was just amazing. Like, I know I said the first recipe I did was a really big winner, but this was a huge winner with all of us three, and even Harper liked just the tortellini. She ate out of it, but yeah, amazing. So now I'm just adding in the 4 cups of water, and I've already thrown in my 2 cubes of chicken stock. I just throw them in the slow cooker and then just pour the water on top, and then I've put in my heaped tablespoon of vegetable stock paste. I make this in the Thermomix, but you can just use a cube if you like of vegetable stock, and in goes our seasoning and our salt. Now you can let this cook for 7 hours on low or high for 4 hours. I went high for 4 hours. So now that it's obviously done its time, I'm going to add that 1/4 of a cup of water with the big heaped tablespoon of cornstarch, pouring that in the slow cooker, just giving that a mix up, and then we are going to add our packet of tortellini. Now, seeing mine's fresh tortellini, it's not dried. It does say if you use dried, and our tin of evaporated milk is going in now as well. Now, seeing I'm using, so it says if you're using dried tortellini to cook on high for 45 minutes, but because I'm using fresh tortellini, this was probably half an hour, because obviously the slow cooker, that mixture was so hot already. So I just did 30 minutes on low. So and then this was well and truly done. It had thickened up lovely. I did take a bit of a shot at the end. I started eating it. I was so hungry I started eating it, and then I forgot to take a shot, but it doesn't do it justice. But let me tell you, you have to try this. Well, thank you all so very much for watching, and if you do give any of these recipes in today's video a go, I'd love to know your thoughts. Just leave that down in the comment section below this video. And obviously by now you've heard our exciting news, and if you haven't, I'll put the link up here to that video. But yeah, so at the moment, as of today, I'm 13 weeks pregnant. So yeah, I'm still sort of a bit, I think, in disbelief about it, but yeah, we've seen the 12-week scan, and it's just amazing. So I look forward to sharing more content as this pregnancy progresses with you all, and thank you so very much for being here. And if you enjoyed this style of video, I'd love for you to give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to leave me your comments down below, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.